Welcome to the Hillsborough Historian. My name is Rex, and this episode focuses on the HHS display at the Tampa Bay History Center. The display was installed at the very end of May 2020, and due to the pandemic, it ran all the way through the very end of 2021. The Tampa Bay History Center community case is supported by the Wachovia Foundation. If you like local history, the Tampa Bay History Center is the stage you want to be on. But it could be a little bit intimidating. Remember, this HHS display was going to be sitting in a building alongside professional historical displays. Museum displays convey a lot of information visually. It almost sets you in the time period that you're looking at. As we look at these other displays, we can see just how powerful they are at relating information. At the end of May 2020, a group of artifacts was taken from Hillsborough High School to the Tampa Bay History Center. These artifacts were taken to the loading dock and placed aboard a gigantic elevator. The centerpiece for the display was the Terrier Statue you see in all of my videos. Appropriately enough, this dog was called Rex the Bachelor. Of course, he was dressed like Hugh Hefner, so that gigantic bow on his side and the handkerchief just had to go. I reached out and got some advice from a group called Gratuitous Sets. This is a company that specializes in museum displays and escape room displays. After cutting the bow off, I cut out the handkerchief. Then I had to create an H that wasn't quite perfect because it kind of wraps around his chest. Then I had to glue the H in just right. Like an old muscle car after a little bit of paint and some Bondo, he looked pretty good. But what should he be holding? After all, this was the centerpiece of the entire display. Perhaps a yearbook? Or even a giant H. However, at the end of it all, the decision was made that the centerpiece should focus on education, and this terrier would be holding a diploma. Directly above the Terrier would be the beautiful Alma Mater of HHS. The red and black Alma Mater pops up for the first time in the 1920s. However, it plagiarizes heavily from Princeton's Alma Mater, the orange and black, which dates back to the 1880s. Our Alma Mater encompasses the pride and tradition that Terriers have in their beloved school. To the right of the Alma Mater is the logo of the Hillsborough High School Alumni Association. This Alumni Association supports HHS in many ways. Among these are scholarships for students and Hall of Fame inductions for past alumni. To the left of the Alma Mater was placed a beautiful picture of Hillsborough High School. There are so many beautiful pictures of HHS, it was difficult to choose just one. On the far left wall, we can see a list of the sponsors. As we can see, there are many different partners in this display, and these sponsors made it all possible. Below the sponsor list is the HHS shield and motto. The shield represents the protection that education provides in this world. Our motto is given to us by Virgil. Translated from Latin, it states, "They can because they think they can." On the far right wall was placed a list of principals. Ironically, just days after installation, HHS would gain a new principal, Kelly King. Across the bottom of the display would be artifacts representing the many different activities that take place at HHS, such as the majorettes. On this side, artifacts represent JROTC, sound system, and the Big Red Band. Next were examples of our newspaper and yearbooks. Behind these is a plaque explaining how the red and black newspaper actually has its origins in the era of yellow journalism. To the right of the Terrier, class of 1964 alumni Bob Baxley created this beautiful rendition of the H patio. We then have a trophy representing the great basketball legacy of HHS. This is the very first Guy Toff Award. It represents the football legacy of HHS. The Guy Toff Award is called the Heisman of High Schools. And here is a football helmet that has been through some battles. This plaque tells us that official athletics can be traced back to HHS as early as 1907. On the far right, we can see artifacts representing the baseball legacy of HHS. The jacket and trophy are from 1967. Across the back wall is the HHS timeline. Once all of these things were in place, the glass door to the display was closed and hopefully everything looks good. Not bad. Well, as stated earlier, this display will run all the way through the very end of December 2021, making it the longest running community display in the history of the Tampa Bay History Center. Some might say that longevity was because of the pandemic, but I like to think it's just because this display is that awesome. Alright, thanks for watching, and please subscribe to this channel to keep up with all of my HHS videos. As always, go Big Red.